To embark on a journey through the rich tapestry of Utah's past, Lynn is here to share his captivating new history book that brings the Beehive State's heritage to life like never before. Welcome to the show, Lynn.
Thanks.
We're so happy to have you here. Okay, what motivated you to write 6 books on Utah history?
Well, I started delving into newspapers.com, found all kinds of stories that aren't in history books. So I started a blog, Mystery of Utah History, and then a few years later realized I've got books here if I tweak and expand this.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 books directly out of it and then a bunch of images books on the side too.
So cool, so cool. Okay, what does most of your information come from? Where does it come from?
Mostly from old newspapers, which haven't been tapped until they were easily available. Because the old days, microfilm would give you a headache and you couldn't see everything and you had to change the roll and all that stuff. And now just type in keywords and who knows what you'll find.
Yeah, and you can find it probably.
Right.
And what are a few highlights from your newest book, Unforgettable Utah? Is that this one right here?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the highlights.
Well, my grandma used to always talk about not wanting to go to the poor farm. And I thought that was just a myth. Well, I realized that back 100 years ago, if you couldn't afford to take care of yourself, you got sent to a farm. And there was one in Mestroy, not far from where we lived. And so it was real that you had to do livestock or crops or whatever if you couldn't, sustain yourself. So I thought that was one highlight, that it closed some history in my mind that my grandmother was actually right. Then I delved into the old Deseret gymnasiums that are now long gone. The LDS Church used to have these, fitness centers. Well, they had a term they threw out for the first 2 decades that I thought was fabulous, but I'd never heard of before. They originally called them temples of health.
Interesting. I had never heard that before either.
Yeah.
Temples of health.
Yeah, so it kind of got lost in history, but I put that in my book because I thought that was great.
So that's all in this one?
Yeah.
In the new one. Okay,
Right.
What makes your books different from other historical books, Lynn?
Well, the fact that it's written on a simple style because, I used to work for newspapers, so we had to write to a lower level. So a lot of real historians say, you got to write more scholarly. And I'm thinking, but then it's hard to understand. So it's very simple written, and it's stuff you won't find in the regular history books.
Okay, good to know. And I understand you also have another Utah history book that you're releasing later this year. Is that this one?
No.
It's a new one.
Yeah, it's a new one. It's called, well, I'm not sure the provisional title is Images of America, High Uinta's Wilderness.
Okay.
So a lot of pictures from 100 years ago of people hiking and horseback riding, skiing in the Uintas.
It really is so fascinating. We have a lot of rich history right here in Utah. Are you from here, Lynn?
Right. I'm from Hooper originally in Weber County.
From Weber County and Hooper. Okay, do you have any other future books in the works that we can be excited about?
Right. So I've already signed the contract for one that comes out next summer called Images of America, Wasatch Mountains.
Okay.
I found some fabulous pictures of couples dancing on Timpanogos Peak when there was nothing on there. Wow. When the sun came up, they would hike by moonlight. So it was just a flat peak 100 years ago, almost exactly. And here they are dancing. I hope that's the cover photo for the book.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see that, Lynn. Where can we go buy your books right now?
Amazon.com, or you can go to Barnes & Noble, Target online, or I'm sure the local bookstores, if you're not into online, Weller Books, King's English, Barnes & Nobles can get one for you if they don't have them in stock.
Right here locally. Okay,
Yep.
Thank you for sharing Utah's rich history. It's great to see you, Lynn. Congratulations on all the books.
Thanks.